Alright guys, so you remember I told you that at nighttime I wanted to get a smaller inverter that was more efficient to run my LED TV and my Blu-ray player. Um, Running the 1500 watt inverter during the daytime when I have my fridge, my power tools, lights, microwave, TV, Blu-ray player, all that stuff, it's great. You need something that's that big to run all your stuff during the day. When the sun is out, you want to take advantage of the sun and use your power that you're getting. So you need a big inverter to use all that power. But at nighttime, the only thing that I use for 120 is my LED TV and my Blu-ray player. That's it, and maybe a 120 lamp. But everything else in my system is 12 volt. All my LED lights and the puck lights and the water pump and everything is 12 volts. So it's directly wired to this distribution panel inside there. So I don't need 120 at nighttime. The main thing that I use on 120 during the day, which the reason I need a big inverter, is my power tools and my refrigerator, and a microwave and a coffee machine. Those things I use, and I use them during the day. Like in the morning time, my refrigerator's running. I make coffee, things like that, and you need a big inverter to do that. But at nighttime, you don't need that. And to run 100 watts, not even 58 watts for the TV and the Blu-ray player is 58 watts. To run 58 watts off a 1500 watt inverter at nighttime is just not efficient. The further you get away from 1500 watts, the less efficient it is. So just because that 1500 watt inverter is 90% efficient, it's only 90% efficient at 1500 watts when that's the load. The further you go from that number, the less efficient it is. So to power under 100 watts on a 1500 watt inverter, you're getting less than 50% efficiency. Um, at nighttime, you definitely notice when you're trying to just watch a movie off of that giant inverter that you're using more energy than you should. You shouldn't be using that much energy. It's only 50 something watts, but you're using a lot more than 50 something watts because that's inefficient, to just draw that little bit of power. So check that out. This little inverter right here was $16. It had all 5-star reviews on the computer. It was 16 bucks. Um, it's got two USB ports, a little LED, a fan. It's 12 volt. It's silent. It's nice and cool to the touch, and it's consuming. Look at my solar is on float. It consumes pretty much zero energy extra than what my TV takes. So if I'm pulling 50, 53 watts, 58 watts for my TV and Blu-ray player, now I'm actually only pulling 58 watts. This thing doesn't consume a ton of energy. It doesn't have those giant wires on them. It's just a little tiny inverter. So my solar just stays in float now. So here's the little inverter, and I have the Blu-ray player on. I have the TV on, and you can see this thing that's plugged in is this power strip right here, where I'm just testing how much it can do. So here's my TV, my Blu-ray player. It's nice and cool. Here's a 120 light. This is also connected to the power strip. So I got TV, Blu-ray player, 120 light. Here's a fan connected to the power strip. That's on low. It's on low. Movie's about to start. Everything is working good. Just off that little tiny inverter, silent. Here's on high. Let's see if we can do it. Yep, that's on high. TV, Blu-ray player, little fan on high. LED light. I don't know what else I have plugged in here. Oh, here's a phone charger. Let's plug the phone in. Oh, can't even plug the phone in because I'm using the phone. But yeah, I mean, for right there, that's a good test, because that's more than I'll be consuming at nighttime with this little tiny inverter trying to save power. So you guys can see I have the light on, the fan on high, the TV, the Blu-ray player, all off of this little tiny thing. This thing was $16. It's a modified sine wave inverter. It runs everything just fine. There's a fan which has a motor in it. Runs perfect. Blu-ray player, TV. a light bulb, everything runs perfect off of this little modified sine wave inverter. And I read the reviews and people said the same thing. People said it was great. It was a great buy for $16. You can't beat it. So I was like, you know what can I lose? I need something tiny that consumes almost no energy, and I need it now because I want to be able to watch movies and things at nighttime without having to fire that big inverter up. This is definitely a thumbs up. This is a good buy. Yeah, don't let people trick you into saying, yo, you gotta buy a $500 name brand inverter to run your TV, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, right. That thing is awesome. For $16, definitely buying another one just to throw in the closet in case I need it. In case of emergencies, you can't beat it. I mean, this thing is great. This thing is awesome. And you can see my stuff's still on float. That inverter consumes almost no energy compared to that inverter. There it is, guys.